and we'll get the national anthem. Then we can go live after the national anthem.
Tonight for Rogers Mounties baseball, our Grand Slam sponsors include Blue Buffalo Collision Connection, E-Point Church, Dr. Tom Woodruff.
Welcome to Rogers High School and home of the Rogers Mounties in your award-winning National Field of the Year in 2022. As the Mounties take on the Har-Ber Wildcats in a pivotal conference game and matchup here at Rogers High School. This past week, the Mounties are now 4-0, 3-0 in conference play. They swept the Bentonville Tigers 7-5 in the first game, 6-2 in the second game, and 11-5 in a non-conference game. Thank you, Zach Land, for putting this on tonight. Joining me in the booth tonight is Coach Nick Brill, he's offensive coordinator at the high school. He's going to be helping out in the broadcast. Nick, it's a good night for some baseball, and what do you see when you come out here? You probably get those old feelings back again, don't you?
That's right. Yeah, I've got the jitters tonight, and I'm not even playing. But no, I'm excited. It's crazy. It's the first week of March, but this game has, like, huge playoff implications, and you kind of feel it in the stands. You look around, you look at all the parents, you can tell they're already engaged, and they're a little nervous for this one right now. It's about to start.
This always has a conference and playoff implications every year this is played, and it was a fantastic game last year. The Mounties won it 2-1 last year right here. And with Jake Taylor on the mound, ironically. First pitch of the game is a ball outside. Batting first for the Har-Ber Wildcats is Caleb Ciola, the catcher, junior. Strike, foul ball behind the backstop here.
Yeah, not too often do you see a catcher in the leadoff spot.
You sure don't.
It's probably a pretty athletic kid.
Yeah.
Hard-nosed and tough.
You usually see that maybe more in high school. You don't see it when they get a little older.
Ball's low.
Yeah, ball two there. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Jake Taylor, the sophomore, he was the All-Stater from last year as a freshman. Northwest Arkansas Democrat Gazette, newcomer of the year. His ERA was super low last year. Just did a phenomenal job for the Mounties as their Monday pitcher.
Yeah,
2 balls, 2 strikes, excuse me. A ground ball to the second baseman, Jacob Watson, on a 3-hopper. Easy throw to first base over to Reese Barriola. 1 up, 1 down.
Try getting that leadoff out. always makes the inning seem to run a little smoother, keeping that guy off the bases.
Yeah, Jake had 8 wins last year in 2023. And his ERA for the season was a 0.81.
As Luke Altum's at the plate.
Ball's lifted to right field. Out there is Caleb Schuckman. He pulls it in as it goes in there. 2 outs quickly in the first inning.
So what you like to see is the pitching coach go right at him early in the count, try to get ahead. 6 pitches, 2 outs.
He was very efficient last year, extremely efficient.
Luke Corneliuson, shortstop junior, is now at the plate for Har-Ber.
Aiden Linson behind the plate for the Mounties, junior. Ball is lifted to left field. It's carrying. Wind is taking it with us. That ball is all the way to the fence, and it's brought in by Caleb Champion at the wall. That ball just kept on carrying. It does have some wind here tonight. Caleb Champion pulls it in at the warning track and back against the wall. 3 up, 3 down. No hits, no runs, no errors in the half inning here.
Champion right there does a phenomenal job of filling for the fence. Did you see that?
Yes.
You can see these kids are well coached. He's sprinting as hard as he can. He kind of feels that warning track, or probably sees the change of color in the turf, puts that right hand up to try to find the wall, touches the wall, realizes he's got room, and then is able to elevate and go up there and catch that ball right up against the wall. It's a great play.
Yeah, and he's just so graceful out there. It just seems like there's no ball out there that he can't get to. And he oftentimes you see that the player makes a great play in the field, and he's the next one at bat, and he leads off for the Mounties here. So this pitching is Riedfelder. He's a freshman. His older brother Ross is a Arkansas commit who probably pitch tomorrow night. So as a freshman, it's a pretty big spot and a pretty big night for a freshman.
Yeah, he came in the first inning last week against Heritage in relief, and then pitched really well across town. So he's proven that he can handle this conference at this level. Even though they lost last week, he gave them a chance. So it looks like their coaches feel confident. Go ahead and let him start this one out today.
Yeah, and the Har-Ber Wildcats did have a fantastic season last season. They got hot at the right time, won the state championship, beat Bentonville in the state championship in Cabot last year. And that's a couple of state champions for them the past couple of seasons.
And, talking about all these conference teams, I was looking at the standings earlier today, and this is only the 3rd conference game, but when you look at it, it's huge because right now there's 4 2-0 teams, there's 4 0-2 teams,
wow.
And then there's 1 team that hadn't played because with it being a 9-team conference. Northside, they didn't play last week; it was their bye week. So tonight is an opportunity for the Mounties to stay up there at the top, going 3-0, and Har-Ber is kind of in a spot where they need to find a way to win to get it back to 1-2 so they can stay in the mix. And if they do that, then they're thinking, hey, let's sweep Rogers tomorrow, and then they think that they're going to have a chance to have the tiebreaker, and the Mounties going to do everything they can to stop that from happening.
No doubt. First pitch is down the middle for a strike. Yeah, no doubt this is a very pivotal game as far as standings in the playoff standings. Even though it's the third conference game of the season. They're turns a bunt, it's down the line, and it just does trickle foul. Caleb Champion, one of the fastest baseball players here in the state of Arkansas. When he's from that left-handed side, he gets that down, he's almost always safe.
Yeah, they wouldn't have even thrown, I don't even think it.
And that's one of the disadvantages, I think, maybe with turf, because we're such a good punting team. Mm-hmm. If we had grass out here, if you go to a game down at Har-Ber, they're one of the few teams that do have infield grass, and it's beautiful turf down there. 0-2. Ball outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Caleb Champion, the center fielder, senior, committed to Southeast Missouri next year. Down the middle, he rakes it down the right field line, and it's just foul. Still 1-2 there. champion. The catcher tonight for that's
their leadoff hitter,
Caleb Ciola. Yeah, Caleb Ciola. Oh, grounds ball to second baseman. Simple play. He better hurry. Oh. Oh. You see how fast he was getting down the line? I mean, he bobbled it just for half a second. And
made that play real interesting.
Yeah,
it
did
first.
make it interesting, yes.
And right there, Reed Felder went off speed away and got Champion to kind of roll over on it and got a weak ground ball to the right side. So it's a good pitch, 1-2 for a freshman.
Yeah, to get Champion not on the base pass and
right.
get a ground ball out. It's a very effective pitching. Here comes Jacob Watson, the senior second baseman. Hits a ground ball right up the middle. A little bit off the hands, but is able to get he's so strong, got that thing through right over the pitcher's mound, over the second base, right on top of it. The Mounties get the first runner on base now.
And I think this is where the Mounties' strengths are. When they get people on base, they do a phenomenal job of just playing good, sound baseball. So, ball in the gap, he's going to find a way to get to first or third, or even single. He's got a good chance to be first or third.
They sure do. This is a junior, Zach Long, shortstop, batting third. Lots of speed over there. Ball's in the dirt. Jacob Watson decides to stay. Good play by Ciola, the catcher. If that ball got away from him just a little bit more than that,
right.
Jacob Watson would be on second base right now.
Because he had a good secondary lead, realized it didn't get quite far enough away, and he was able to hustle back to first. But if it had got, like you said, kicked out a little bit farther, he's probably swiping second.
Zach Long has some speed himself here in the batter's box. He's been known to lay a bunt down here or there. The man is a very unselfish in that regard. It doesn't matter who you are, what position, where you are in the batting order. Coach asks you to lay a bunt down, you lay it down.
Is he going to push it to the first base if he bunts?
I think so.
Ball's
that one
away,
gets away. He spiked that curve ball in the dirt, and it just hit the chest protector too high in his chest and got away. And now Jacob Watson is at second base. The count 2-0 to the third batter, Zach Long.
Guys on base, sometimes it bothers pitchers, and like right there, that ball, he just held on to it a little long, spiked it in the dirt. Probably thinking about the guy on first a little bit too long.
Now, because
I got a runner in scoring position.
He feels like he's got to be more perfect with every pitch now. Oh, wow. Yeah. Jacob Watson safe at third base. He got a great jump. Catcher Ciola threw a dart down to third base, and, boy, that was close.
It was close. When he first took off, I thought he's for sure they're easy. And then that catcher, his pop time right there was pretty impressive.
He
got
athletic.
there quick. But looks like he found a way to get around the tag.
Yeah, or got under it, one of the two. It's kind of the philosophy of the Mounties. In 4 pitches, they want you at third base, one way or the other.
They got middle infield back, so ground ball up the middle should score. So as a hitter, it's 3-0. You probably, if you got the take sign, you're going to take. But if not, you're looking for a ball that you can hit hard back through the middle. That way you can drive in that first run of the game.
3-0, count, 1 out.
There you go.
Taking all the way, and ball's in the dirt anyway. So you got runners at first and third. Out to bat now is Reese Barriola, the first baseman. Senior Reese Barriola, batting from the left-handed side of the batter's box. He hits some nice balls this past week. He really can rip it. Gotten so much stronger over the years after watching him for a long time.
I like this top half of our lineup. We went lefty, righty, righty, lefty.
Yeah.
It kind of makes it tough for opposing teams if you have a right-handed pitcher and a left-handed pitcher. Who do you throw? Well, it doesn't really matter when we've got a balanced lineup.
For sure. Let's see what Long does at first base. Oh, Barriola calls timeout.
Yeah, sometimes when you're at the plate like that, and the pitcher's in the stance right there, and they're just squeezing it, man, it feels like an eternity. And you start thinking a little bit, hey, it's a good idea to go ahead and get out of there, regroup, get a little rhythm.
He's probably pausing, anticipating the runner going from first base to to steal. Nope, fake steal. And Zach Long holds, but we do draw the ball. So that's a lot of times that's what this does.
Yeah.
If he fake steals, you see
That's
the
right,
short
'cause that pitch was close.
It was
but
close.
That catcher pops out so quick, he doesn't give the umpire a good, clean look at it.
Exactly. And plus, you saw the shortstop. He's running towards second base to cover. If he hits a ground ball right at the shortstop, that's a single. Because he's getting the defense to move. Let's see if Zach Long goes on this one. Oh, ripped at the second baseman, right at him hard. Whoa, they got a double play on right at the second baseman. Easy flip to shortstop. Got the double play over at second base. A little lucky the Har-Ber Wildcats, that ball was hit right at him. Was hit so hard, Coach.
That's right. That's one frustrating thing about baseball, man. Sometimes hard-hit balls aren't good things. You know?
That's right.
As a hitter, though, I would prefer a hard-hit ball every single at-bat. But, sometimes a little jam shot gets the job done. And right there, just happened to hit it where they were.
Yeah, that's one of those things there where I assumed with Jacob Watson at third base and really only one out, I said, well, we're gonna get somebody. We're gonna get at least one run here. And but Har-Ber did a good job in that double play, and the freshman pitcher did a good job inducing a couple ground balls there.
That's right. So, but that's 2 balls hit to the second baseman in that inning, and there was 2 bobbles.
That's right.
There may be a time at this game if he doesn't kind of regroup and focus over there, it may cost him later in the game if he doesn't get something cleaner. Even
in that first play where he bobbled it and he was out, the second baseman, they were throwing it around. They threw it to the third baseman. He threw it into the dugout of the Mounties.
Yeah.
So he might be a little.
Well, it may have just been first inning jitters. He may settle down and play fine, but as a Mountie fan, you're kind of thinking, hey, just keep hitting balls hard at him, and one of them may get away.
Well, at third base is Hudson Hennigan, senior. Zach Long, we mentioned him. He's starting there at shortstop. And Jacob Watson at second base. Reese Barriola at first. Center field, we have Caleb Champion. Right field, Caden Shuckman. And Bryson McIntosh in left field. This is Reese Smith.
Brady Smith.
Brady Smith, okay.
Yep, senior right fielder.
His father runs the Patriots organization. He's been around baseball his whole life.
First pitch is up.
Let's see what how Jake handles this. The cleanup batter for the Har-Ber Wildcats goes right at him there and gets a strike, swinging strike. Jake has a sneaky fastball.
Yeah, it looks like it has a little late pop to it at the end.
Yeah, he moves the ball in and out, changes it up, gives a nice changeup. Count is 2-1. That one just hung up on him. Looked like he maybe lost that ball a little bit. That ball's in the dirt. Count is 3-1. This will be a pivotal out here for the Mounties to try to get that first batter out. 3-1 is the count. Ball is lifted to right field. Look, it's out of play. Going to bring the count to 3-2. Let's see if Coach Bunch calls the pitches from the dugout with an earpiece into Aiden Linton, the catcher. Let's see what they go with here. Jake Taylor with the pitch. Oh,
nice.
It gets him on a high
battled all the way
fastball.
back. Yeah.
Really good job there by Jake Taylor to get the strikeout from.
You can tell he knows how important that was. He showed a little emotion right there. Got him swinging. And Jake got a little excited there, gave a little fist pump.
Very big out to start the inning. The top of the second here.
Yep. Braden Sprague, is that correct?
Sprague, yep.
Sprague, left fielder senior. He's up now. Ball's just high, 1-0.
Well, the wind has died down some, Coach. I was out here earlier in that junior college game. It was gusting at 25 miles an hour. Ooh, good pitch there. Caught the top half of that strike zone. Count's 1-1 now to Braden.
Yeah, this guy's up. Is he towing the line up there? Yeah, so we busted him inside right there.
Change up.
a lot of times high school hitters think, hey, if I crowd the plate in high school, it may make guys a little nervous, but Jake's not. He's like, I'll just throw it right inside. See if you got quick hands, turn on it.
Looks like the Mounties are playing him straight away. That one's outside. Yeah, 3-1. Second batter to go 3-1. 18 pitches for Jake so far in these first 2 innings. 1 out, 3-ball strike. Brings it there for a strike right down the middle.
Yeah. Man, as a hitter, 3-1, you're looking fastball.
Looks like he do.
He got it right over the mouth.
That's what you're looking for as a
That's
hitter,
right?
right?
You got to come unglued.
Yep.
That's all right, though. 3-2.
Oh, got him on the
Good job,
exact same pitch that he got Brady Smith with on that 3-2 count.
Dylan Gibson, 3 center fielders up for Har-Ber. I'd like to see Jake get ahead here.
Yeah, I agree.
He's battled and got out of it the last 2 hitters, but
but going deep in the count.
Seems a lot easier when you just get that first strike early.
A little high outside. Looks like he's just kind of releasing maybe a little too early or something with that right now. There it is, 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. See if we can get Jake to get a ground ball. There's a strike right down the middle. Just he's late on that. You can see how they're late on the fastball. It just seems like because he does such a good job with the changeups and cutters and he changes speed so well. It may be 6 miles an hour, maybe 4 miles an hour, but it's just enough to be late on that fastball.
Yeah, he's struggling with his curve tonight or slider. I'm not sure what he throws. But
Right.
But now that his little off speed with cut, he's struggling getting on top right now and getting that thing located. See if Har-Ber can communicate to each other.
Oh, well, he seems to have that
fastball.
Fastball, it's popping that mitt really good.
But it's important that he gets some location with his off speed too, because if not, it won't be long till these hitters realize, well, he's not locating his off speed. Just sit fastball.
Right. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Strike 3. He strikes out the side.
3 up, 3 down again.
3 up, 3 down again. No hits, no runs, no errors. He strikes out the side with about 22 pitches.
Yep.
But I'm not exactly sure, but he did a great job there of getting those pivotal strikes.
Yeah, just competing on the mound. When you compete, you're going to give yourself a chance. Right there, he's down 3-1, and instead of saying, oh, this stinks, you can tell he kind of likes that challenge. He starts challenging people.
Yeah, he's got 24 pitches and 14 strikes.
Going back to that the bottom half of the first inning, Reese Barriola was up at the plate. The other day, I went to eat at Barriola's with my family.
That's right.
And I got to see Mabry Verser,
who works there.
He comes out of the kitchen and says, "Hey, Coach Brill, what's going on?" And I just think it's pretty neat that these kids, they go to school full time, and then Mabry Verser, he just signed a letter of intent to go play at Harding, play football down there, but he also he's working and finding ways to make money as well. Like these kids, they do a lot, and he's a good student. And, sometimes I think people, they see these guys out here and they're like, oh, they're playing baseball and it must be nice, but these kids work hard.
Well, these are long days. Not just for these varsity players, but freshmen are playing at Har-Ber tonight.
Oh yeah.
And then then they play again here the next night, and then the sophomore teams play here, then Har-Ber. So all these kids are playing a lot. Aiden Linson up to bat.
Yep. First pitch slider. It's a good job of laying off that pitch. You don't want that one right now.
Aiden had several hard hit balls last week against Bentonville. He does a really good job behind the plate and at the bat.
Just inside. Hey, speaking of athletic catchers, Aiden Linson's an athletic kid as well.
Yes. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ooh.
Did a good job tucking that bat. I wish I stayed up just a little bit longer, find a way to get on first.
Yeah.
Let that thing glance. But I'm with you. If the ball's up, throwing around my head, I'm probably ducking too. 2-1.
Oh, smokes it right at the
yeah.
shortstop. It just hit so hard he didn't know what to do. Handcuffed the shortstop. That's going to be a base hit for Aiden Linson. The catcher gets on base. The leadoff batter gets on base, and he'll have a pinch runner.
Yeah, the shortstop just got caught in that tweener land. He didn't know if he needed to come try to get that short hop or if he should have taken a couple steps back and got the big hop. He got caught in that middle land. And
Yeah.
when you're doing that, that's tough.
As Miller Bohannon is the pitch runner for Aiden Linson there at first base. No, I agree. Almost on the turf, you'd almost want to take a step back.
That's right. You're gonna have time. That ball's you're gonna get a true hop on that.
Yeah. It'd be different if it was a third hop.
Going back to what we were saying earlier, sometimes hitting the ball hard isn't the best thing, but like right there, it was a reward. He hit it hard, and something good happened.
This is sophomore Andrew Blankenship. He's already had several hits this season, and he's gone the opposite way with some balls, scored some runs, had some RBIs last week. He's doing a fantastic job, and big kid for a sophomore. I mean, you look how he fills out that uniform. You wouldn't think he's just a sophomore. Ooh, takes a hit.
Yeah, right there.
Off the thigh and runs on down to first base. That's Mountie baseball. Get hit or get a hit.
Yeah, right there on the meaty part of the body. You're okay with that one. Just
Yeah.
take it, first and second. All right, Coach. Yeah, Coach Melson is down there giving signs right here. Mountie baseball, what are you predicting right
Well,
here?
it's in full effect right now, isn't it?
Yes.
Hudson Hennigan is the batter here. He's a good bunter. This is where I don't know if he's going to give him maybe a chance to swing the bat at first, but he may just lay one down here. But Hudson was pivotal in the last year. He was a pinch hitter in the 2-1 ball game that we won. We had a runner at second base, and Hudson Hennigan hit a single up the middle as a pinch hitter to help secure that win and secure the conference championship. It's so crazy. They think the conference championship is won in the first 2 weeks of the season, but a lot of times
That's right.
That's when you win it. Hudson Hennigan up to bat. You see the separation of his hands.
That's right.
Right there.
Corners are in right now. I'm trying to figure out which guy's charging.
You'd almost want to just bunt it toward third base, wouldn't you,
That's
Coach?
right. Make the third baseman charge.
Make
the shortstop try to cover third, get him over.
See if the third baseman charges, and then
So a lot of times you can tell by the shortstop. If the shortstop starts cheating hard towards third, you know the third baseman's going to be charging.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they're leaving the third baseman and they're going to charge the first baseman.
Looks like.
Just based off of what I see.
Turns to bunt. Foul ball. The ball was really high. It's a tough pitch to try to get down on the ground. It's pretty smart of the pitcher to throw it high. Hard to get that ball, get the top stitch and put it on the ground.
So we got to have good plate discipline, pull back right there, and stay ahead of the count 1-0.
Yep.
That's right, it's 0-1.
Miller Bohannon at second base. Looks like they're going to check him over there at second. Andrew Blankenship at first.
Trying to keep him close so they can have a chance to get him at third. They don't want him getting too comfortable over there, getting too big of a lead.
Nice threatening again. The second inning in a row they're threatening. This time with 0 outs. Reed Felder is the pitcher, freshman for Har-Ber. So they're going to go check him again. That ball goes, ooh.
Yeah, that's right.
From our angle, that ball looked like it was going to center field big time.
Sometimes picking off as a pitcher to second it's tough because all night you've been coming down the hill, throwing it at the plate. And then when you flip around right there, you're not going down the hill anymore. You're still on top of the hill. And if you don't get on top of it, that ball will sail out there to center field.
Moves there. He went the inside move the first time, then there's a bunt. The ball does get down. That looks a pretty good play by the pitcher. Pulls him off. That ball gets away from first baseman. It's going to score a run. The Mounties are going to take the lead 1-0. Andrew Blankenship advances to third base. Hudson Hennigan does his job, gets the ball on the ground. Things start to happen. That's Mountie baseball. Hudson Hennigan on first base now. Runs at first and third.
That's right. Going back to the bunt coverages we were talking about right there, Har-Ber elected to keep the third baseman back. So they expected the pitcher to cover the right side of the field right there, or the third base side. Well, when he did that, he had to jump off the mound, go get it. Now he's throwing on a flat surface again, and he's trying to rush it, and that ball sails down the first base line. It's all because of that pressure that the Mounties are putting on them. That's just it's typical Mountie baseball. It's fun to watch.
It is fun to watch.
If you're a baseball fan and you just like watching people play solid, clean baseball, you might as well be a Mountie baseball fan.
That's right. That still wasn't an easy ball to get down, too. That ball was kind of high for Hudson Hennigan. It popped in the air a little bit, but he had just soft enough hands, really, to kind of catch the baseball a little bit there. So it didn't pop it up into the – that would have been disastrous if the pitcher caught it in the air. But just got it on the ground. He did a wonderful job just doing his job.
All right, now it's first and third. They still have pressure on them.
Coach Joey Taylor there, the first base coach. Here's a replay. Here we go. Here's a replay.
So you see the third baseman, he stays back right here. So now that forces the pitcher to have to come all the way over here and get that ball. Now, if your bunt coverage brings the third baseman in, that's a much easier play for him because he's charging it and then his momentum's going to first base, and he makes that play all the time. Now, I'm sure that these pitchers do PFPs and stuff, but it's different when your adrenaline's going.
No doubt. Left fielder Bryson McIntosh batting. Is it the eighth batter tonight? Yes, eighth batter.
Yep.
Okay.
Har-Ber's middle infield's back, looking to turn two. They're willing to sacrifice one run for 2 outs.
Oh, my goodness. Coach came out to check on Felder, decided to keep him in.
Probably just trying to calm the nerves of the freshman.
He didn't start last week, but he came in the first inning and pitched 6 scoreless inning or 1-run inning against Heritage last week. So he did a really good job in relief, Felder did. But just a little bit different situation, maybe starting the game, knowing you're the starter and preparing as a starter. It's just maybe it'd be a little bit different mindset.
Yeah. 1-1 right here. He's showing bunt.
He's showing bunt. Bryson McIntosh runs at first and third. Oh, a little high.
You'd like to see him get it down because I'm sure Coach Melson's thinking the same thing we're thinking. They got a freshman on the mound. Let's make the freshman make plays,
right.
And keep the pressure on him, make him grow up in this moment. And if not, let's capitalize on it.
Blankenship at third base. Hudson Hennigan at first. Left fielder Bryson McIntosh. 1-2 is the count. Nobody out in the bottom of the second here. Oh, he smokes one hard into center field. That ball carries a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Should be deep enough.
It's going to be deep enough. It's going to score a run from third base. That's going to bring the Mounties up to 2-0. Bryson McIntosh with an RBI fly ball.
What was that count right there?
That was 1-2.
1-2. So down in the count, and he's able to have a quality at bat and get an RBI with a sac fly right there. Got a ball up and drove it to deep center. It's good.
Yeah. Here's the pitcher, Jake Taylor, 21. Ninth batter. Still got Hudson Hennigan at first base. 1 out. That ball was just a little high there. Jake, enough discipline to lay off of it. Felder is at 24 pitches to the pitch count tonight so far. Hennigan's got a good lead at first base. Let's see if he takes off or at least. Oh, good cut. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball just kind of cut in on him, just like it got right underneath his hands.
That's 1-1. Sometimes, 1-1, 1 out, it's a good hit and run.
Yeah, situation, I agree. Let's see if he gets him going. He doesn't. It's going to be another strike.
That's fastball away.
It's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Coach Melson's been doing this a long time. He doesn't want to be predictable, so he probably doesn't do it all the time. And
outside. Oh, delayed steal by Hennigan. Looks like they got him. A catcher is real effective with that. Hudson Hennigan, I thought he was going to get that with that delayed steal. A lot of times it's super effective with a left-handed batter where the catcher can't see him.
Catcher's got a strong arm right there. Not only is it a strong arm, but it was a good throw. Right where it needed to be for an easy tag.
That brings it to 2 outs. Ground ball to the pitcher. Reed Felder fields it, toss it to the first baseman. That's going to be 3 outs. The Mounties score 2. and 2 hits.
Nobody left on base.
And so the Mounties take a 2-0 lead going into the top of the 3rd inning, which they get to take the lead for the first time tonight.
It's just that constant pressure is what they do. It's just constant. You can never really feel comfortable when you're playing us. There may not be anybody on, but then all of a sudden there is somebody on, and then all of a sudden he's at third. And just
Right.
it's tough. And
then next inning we have the top of the order coming.
that's right. Yeah.
Caleb Jamie, and we're back. They're back to square one, where they get the, Caleb Jamie is going to probably find a way to get on base this time. Jake Taylor, who's pitching tonight, he's got. He has a sister that Jesse Taylor at UCA, who played softball there, who set a number of records at UCA, hitting records, home runs, things like that. So still stand to
Oh,
this,
yeah,
to
that's
this
awesome.
day. Yeah, it's just an unbelievable athletic family that he comes from, athletic family tree.
I just like watching him warm up. Man, he's locked in.
Yeah.
He's not going through the motions. He's trying to make sure that he's got everything dialed up and ready to roll.
He moved here 2 years ago, I believe it was, and it was from Bryant. And he was a Bryant kid, grew up there, born down there, and wanted to come up here and be part of the Mountie family. So we're so grateful and that he's here with his mom, Tammy. And I've been lucky enough to spend time with both he and his mom. And it's just a great family that he comes from, and Tammy does a wonderful job.
Har-Ber's
Jake.
first baseman's leading off this inning, Caleb Smith. He's a senior.
He's a big kid.
There you go. Got ahead in the count.
That's the way to do it. Get ahead in the count, throw some strikes, get some ground balls. Ooh, right on the black on the outside. That's almost unhittable. That's a 0-2 is a count now. He's in a tough spot here. Jake can do whatever he wants. We're probably outside again. He hit the glove where Aiden Linson wanted it, just a little bit. Set up outside, see if they get him fishing.
Yeah, you never want to give up an 0-2 hit. So
Yeah.
it's make them chase a little bit. You got a little bit to play with.
A little high there. Now count goes to 2-2. Guess he felt like maybe he had 1 or 2 to throw away.
Well, he's busting him outside, busting him up. See if he busts him in here and change the speed.
A little outside. Goes to
outside.
full count again. That's at least 4 that I can think of
Yeah,
off the top of my
it is,
head.
yeah.
Maybe the 4 in a row where he's going full count
Yeah, I think the entire second inning.
was a full count. Yeah, so this is the 4th batter in a row. Let's see what he bears down and gets him on that same pitch that he got the
Yeah.
other guys in. Strike 3 for Jake Taylor.
Third baseman, number
That is a
25.
big kid walking back to the dugout right there.
Yeah.
Number 25, Rhett Richardson, Jr., plays third base for Har-Ber's at the plate now.
That's good. That was good to see Jake get ahead in the count, but boy, he is peppering that outside
He is.
high pitch, and it looks so good, and it just seems it has late speed on
That
it.
last second run makes
Yeah.
it tough on right-handed hitters,
They just can't catch up to it.
especially.
Right now. That's a strike.
Yep, especially as a high school hitter and you're wanting to hit the ball hard to the left side of the field, and you're trying to pull everything. Well, even if you get your bat head around on it, you're probably going to roll over on that. You have to sit back and try to drive that the other way.
Oh, there we go.
And then when you're sitting back wanting to drive it the other way, he busts you in. It's tough. Like, he's doing a phenomenal job right now of just locating the spots with that fastball.
It's 4 strikes in a row for Jake. Yeah, when he gets zoned in like this, he does a fantastic job.
Number 19, Nash Jeffins, DH, Jr.
That's 5 strikes in a
That's
row.
right. Aiden Linson probably closed his eyes because he's hit that spot consistently this inning.
2 outs, 1 strike, 0 balls. Same spot. He's just really I mean, it's not even the outer third. It's like the outer, he's hitting the black. It seems like.
It's like, go Greg Maddux. Just
third ball's
a
2
lefty
strikes.
Greg Maddux.
That's right.
Speaking of Greg Maddux, you know what the best pitch in baseball is?
First pitch strike.
Yeah, strike one. That's correct. That's Greg Maddux.
A little high there. 2-2 is the count. Two outs. Jake is looking very sharp in the last 2 innings. That's strike 3 right down the middle. He just cut it in a little bit more on that one. No runs, no hits, no errors. Jake Taylor strikes out the side. Looking very sharp. Looking every bit the all-state pitcher that he was last year. He's fired up. You see him walking into the dugout, high-fiving people. It's like he's ready to put on a helmet and play some football.
He did a phenomenal job right there, just challenging and attacking. Now let's see if we can get some more. Pressure put on Har-Ber by just getting this leadoff guy on.
They're coming back out with looks like Felder is coming out to pitch again for the Har-Ber Wildcats. And once again, the Mounties are at the top of the lineup, bottom 3rd inning.
You know, this kid's doing a good job. He had to battle that last inning. He's giving them a chance. You know, you take that one error away in that last inning, and he's played pretty well. You know, it's kind of a big moment. You're playing. I would like to think that people probably think Rogers baseball is one of the best teams in the state year in and year out. And you throw a freshman at us, like, it's a big moment for that kid.
It is. Now I know he's the same age as my son, and we played against him last year in 14U baseball, and he does a lot of baseball, and he's probably played in a lot of moments. So, you know, but he's never really played against kids that are 18, going to be 19 years old. You know,
that's right.
He's playing against other 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
You know, so this has got to be a little bit different.
There's a big difference between an 18-year-old and a 14-year-old.
Yeah. Speedy Caleb Champion up to bat. Grounded out. The second baseman turns the bunt. That ball's on the ground. It's going to be safe all day long. It's not even throw it. Don't even throw it. That is just what he does. Every game he does a bunt single to that spot right there.
It's like a cheat code.
It really is.
Number 9, Jacob Watson.
I mean, you see that was in no man's land right there. There's a Bermuda Triangle where he drops it in there.
And now how frustrating is that as a pitcher? Like, I hadn't seen Felder from the windup, but a couple times tonight. He's been from the stretch all night.
Right.
You know, and first thing, got to go on first base, right back to the stretch.
Jacob Watson is a batter now. Third baseman's in a little bit. Let's see if Jacob gets the green light to hit or checks the runner first, so gets away from him.
So he got to get to
He's
third
gonna
here?
Get to third base. Oh, no doubt about it. Caleb Champion's speeding around second base, goes into third base, standing up as the ball gets away from the first baseman. Didn't look like a terrific throw. So Caleb Champion from 2 pitches in the inning, actually 1 pitch.
Yeah, and he's on third.
And he's on third base.
That's right.
Now that's efficient. Now this kind of lets Jacob Watson, the batter, kind of swing away here, don't you think?
That's right. As a hitter, you got to love it because now you're looking for a pitch to drive. I mean, a hard-hit ground ball up the middle, you're getting a run scored.
That's exactly what he did last time. He smoked it right up the middle, right over second base on a 3-hopper single.
They've
on
got
base.
corners in. Are they expecting a safety squeeze or a squeeze?
Maybe that third baseman is in. Good cut.
Yeah, when you foul a ball back just like that, you're on it. You just miss it.
Mm-hmm. Jacob had an older brother, JT, that played here for Rogers Mounties years ago. Oh, that ball broke late. That scared me.
Yeah.
If I was in the batter's box, I'd have been on the ground.
They're concerned about a squeeze.
Yeah, they
you know, and
certainly
what
are.
that does when you bring the corners in, that leaves gaps between the shortstop and the third baseman. I got jammed in there a little bit.
One hopper to the third base, makes an easy throw to first base, gets the out, and nothing Caleb Champion could do there at third base. As the third baseman checked him back.
Yeah, but every step these corner infielders play up gives that ball a little bit more of an angle to get shot through there. Oh, now they're going infield in.
Yeah, I guess it's a big moment in the game tonight.
Well, they know Jake Taylor's on the mound for the Mounties.
Yeah, he had a .82 ERA last season.
You don't want every run matters at this point.
Oh, there's a shot to right field. Good inside-out piece of hitting there by Zach Lawing, who's on the inside, got his hands in there, fisted it out to right field. And see the strength of him, too, to get enough wood on that ball to hit a line drive out to right field. Mounties are up now 5-0.
Yeah, and these guys aren't accidentally strong. You know, I coach high school football. We've got our guys in the weight room early in the morning. And these baseball guys are in there. They're in the weight room getting after it.
Right.
They deserve those kind of hits, you know, that raw strength of just being able to drive the ball to the opposite field.
Mounties up 3-0. Excuse me, I was looking at the hits. Mounties up. Now the catcher's seal is going to go out and talk to his pitcher. Really, yeah, they are strong, aren't they? I mean, Zach Lawing is a terrific athlete. He's going to bring up Reese Barriola again.
How about these graphics tonight that
Zach Land
has got us hooked up with? They're awesome. These high school kids don't realize how lucky.
And it gets better each week. That's the thing about what Zach does. Zach gets a little better each week. He just tunes and tweaks it. Now we got a camera on the third base side as well as the first base side. We've got Carter Burrows on the third base side and Liam Lawson from Elmwood, 7th grade Elmwood on the first base side. Looks like that's going to be the end of the game for Felder. And let's see who they're going to bring in.
Number 31.
Down here. Is he lefty? It might be 31 there. Drew Crowley, maybe. It looks like a big cut off. Probably. I think it is.
Dig a little deeper here for us.
Yeah.
Find out who's on the mound for the Wildcats. It is Drew Crawley, sophomore pitcher.
Okay.
Lefty.
Now pitching for the Wildcats, number 31, Drew Crowley. Crowley now pitching.
And over at Har-Ber High School tonight, Coach Brill, the freshmen are playing. And the freshmen play in a little different format. They play sometimes 2 5-inning games. The Mounties won the first game 3-1. So congratulations to the freshman Mounties.
I'd like to know how we score our 3 runs. You got an idea?
I do. They kind of, pitcher for the Har-Ber Wildcats, I don't have his name. I don't have the game changer on it right now, but he did a really good job. Had a number of strikeouts.
All right, left-handed pitcher Drew Crowley's on the mound for the Wildcats, and he's greeted by a left-handed hitter for the Mounties, number 4, Reese Barriola.
Oh, slow curveball, hangs high for a ball. Yeah, I know you went to the Barriola's Pizza the other night, and his parents are such big supporters of Mountie baseball, Jennifer and Mark. Ball low.
If you haven't been to Barriola's, you need to try their barbecue pizza.
Okay.
It's different. It is good.
And Reese has a little brother, Brooks, who runs track and basketball and football player for Kirksey. Ball gets away from the catcher. That's going to put Long at second base. Ball's in the dirt. Catcher couldn't quite dig it out.
3-0 count. just sitting here taking this one. You see
Yeah.
Reese's crowding the plate.
Yeah, taking all the way, don't you think?
That's right. Oh, yeah.
Because the new pitcher hadn't thrown
Yeah.
a strike yet, and
Yeah.
you got a big kid like Reese Barriola at the plate. You're like, holy cow. And I was here earlier. There was a junior college game here earlier, Coach Brill. We mentioned a little bit of it. But Connor State versus University of Arkansas Mountain Home. And there's some big kids there, but Reese looks like he could play at the JUCO level right now. 3-1, rips it over the second baseman. He gloves it. First baseman doesn't get to first base. Doesn't make a play on it.
Yeah, the first baseman got caught up kind of watching to see if he was going to come up and catch it. And he did. The second baseman did a phenomenal job of getting up there and getting his glove on it. But then first baseman wasn't quite ready for him to throw it back to him over there.
Well, I think this first baseman was thinking it's going to get to right field. I better be the cutoff. So he was
true.
caught between whether cover the base or go to be the cutoff for the right fielder. And just kind of caught in no man's land, and the second baseman couldn't make the play.
Yeah, Aiden Linson at the plate.
Up high. Runs at first and third. One out. Zach Lawing at third. That's a
Yeah.
strike down the middle there. He's probably taken just because.
That's right. That's only his second strike of the inning.
Yeah. Barriola stays at first base.
Infield's back, wanting to roll it to get out of the inning.
He made up his mind late and swung on that late. He's like, no. Yes.
A little slow curveball. You need to try to keep your hands back, try to drive that ball to the opposite side of the field.
1-2 count. It's low. Brings the count 2-2. 2-2 with one out. Barriola at first. Long at third. 2-2. At the middle infield's playing for a double play. Depth. Oh, ground ball to the second baseman. Fields it, flips to second. Gets him one out there. Gets it 2 outs. Double play. That's the second double play to end an inning for the Har-Ber Wildcats. It did it in the first inning and do it in the third. The Mounties do get 1 run on a couple of hits. So the Mounties are up 3-0 going in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, I'm just looking at these lineups. You can tell that both of these programs are established programs.
Mm-hmm.
You look at their lineups, and it's juniors and seniors all the way up and
right.
down these lineups. Now, the interesting thing is the Mounties are throwing a sophomore pitcher, and that's the only true underclassman in our lineup tonight.
Besides
the sophomore DH,
right.
Andrew Blankenship.
That's right.
And then you look at Har-Ber's lineup, they're all juniors and seniors besides their freshman pitcher that they started the game with and their sophomore pitcher that they just brought in just now.
Well, I couldn't agree more. And I think I said this a little bit. I touched on it a little bit last broadcast, Coach Brill. But, this field was built in the COVID era. In COVID, 2020, when it should have opened in 2020, that year was lost. You can see out in the outfield wall, in the left field wall, we've won the conference championship 2019. Would have won it 2020. I was talking to Reese Barriola's dad today. We were stacked. Had 17 seniors. He goes, we probably would have won the state championship that year.
That's right.
And so that year was voided. Then won the the conference championship the next 3 years in a row. And I think a lot of it has to do with having a ball field on your campus. Before the kids had to drive to Veterans Park.
Oh, yeah.
Across town, and it's a 15-minute ride depending on traffic to just get out there. Then you have to get things set up and do all your
That's
work.
right.
I mean, everything's right here on campus. And the practice time they now have versus what they used to have is almost exponential compared to what they have.
Well, even if it's 20 minutes a day, 20 minutes times 5 days a week is 100 minutes extra.
Work they can get in.
That's exactly right, which is over an hour and a half a week of improvement. So that's a good job by the Rogers School District of finding a way to go ahead and get fields on campus. And Heritage Crosstown, they've got an identical setup over there.
It's a really neat setup the way they have that softball and baseball field set up over there at Heritage. Inside for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the who's this, Ciola, the catcher? Or is it
Yes, sir. We're back to the top of the lineup.
Top of the lineup. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fouled straight back.
Looks like Jake is feeling pretty good tonight. We've really kind of lucked out on the weather, Coach. I mean, I've been out here where I've never been so cold in my life than at a Rogers spring baseball game, but this weather's been fantastic.
I used to tell people there's nothing more cold than baseball cold.
Oh, fouls it off again.
What I meant by that was, the sun's up, it's spring, everybody's feeling nice. You may have like a light jacket or a
that's
T-shirt
exactly right.
on, and then that sun drops, and then all of a sudden that temp drops, and it's only in the mid-30s, but you're dressed like it's 75, and man, it's
Right.
miserable.
Especially when that sun goes down, that wind picks up, change up, high.
2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Har-Ber's trying to show a little life in their dugout right now. You can tell that they know that this inning is a big, important inning for them.
It sure is. So the Ciola, I mean, I can see why they have him at leadoff. He's a tough out. Yeah, that's his 3rd foul ball in a row. He's a good little athlete here, their catcher.
Is this pitch number 8 of this at bat?
I think it is. And Jake's so used to striking these guys out. Ciola said, comes with a changeup, lifted to left field. Right, and McIntosh is underneath it. Guy has it in the glove for the first out of the inning.
Second baseman, number 1, Luke Alton.
A good at bat by Ciola, and at least after Jake had just struck out the last 6 batters, and he really fought it hard.
That's right. They're trying to find a way to swing the momentum, and that was a good job by Jake of just keep challenging them and just trusting his defense, keep throwing strikes, and if they hit it, trust that his defense is going to find a way to get it out. It's like deja vu. Second pitch, or back-to-back pitches, deja vu, ends up same result.
Number 11, Luke Corneliuson.
Yeah, his name's pronounced Chola.
Chola.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Caleb, thank you to our erstwhile people out there listening to the game. Paul Williams.
And we'd like to get every kid's name right.
Yeah. Two outs in the inning. Cornelius is at the bat. And it's 2 balls, no strikes. Jake takes a deep breath, throws it outside. 3 balls, no strikes. See this view we have right here, Coach, this video, I don't mind putting that state championship banner right there.
That's
so
right.
we see show that in the box every time.
That's right.
We have this view from home plate. There he goes. He found it there. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. How do you pronounce this?
Corneliuson.
Lifted to out of play on the right
Battle
side.
back from 3-0. Now pressure's back on the hitter. I always like taking a glance at the defense pre-pitch. You see second baseman's deep up the middle, wanting to be able to have as much range as possible to get any hard hit ground ball.
Oh, comes in with strike 3 right down the middle. Jake follows this back and go 3 balls in a row, then fights all the way back for a strike 3.
How many strikeouts is that for Jake Taylor tonight?
It's his 7th strikeout tonight. On 53 pitches,
Yep.
33 strikes.
7 of the 12 outs have been Ks.
Has he faced a minimum? He's faced 12 batters.
Yep,
He's faced a minimum.
that's correct.
Is that right? Minimum or maximum? Minimum.
Minimum.
Yep.
You know, a few years ago, they put that time limit in for baseball to get them on and off.
Yeah.
It's been awesome. Little sense of urgency, get them out here, get loose. Let's keep these games going. Because baseball's a fun game. You know, a lot of people say, oh, baseball's boring. Well, if you're saying that, you don't understand all the games within the game.
All the nuances.
That's right.
It's the cerebral aspects.
When you start learning those little things, it's fun.
It certainly is. And I agree with you. These 7-inning games, they go pretty quick, you know.
Especially when both pitchers are attacking the strike zone. There's not a lot of free passes, not a lot of walks, not a lot of hit by pitches. Now, Har-Ber had a few hit by pitches. But number 18, Andrew Blankenship, the sophomore DH.
Yeah, Andrew's just been hitting the heck out of the baseball. And see if he can continue this tonight. He got hit by pitch his first at bat. Gonna have a nice bruise on that left thigh. One ball to the Andrew. Slow curve ball on the outside. He's probably lucky he didn't hit it. One of those outside slow curve balls, and if he hits it, it's probably just an easy ground ball to the left side.
You want to try to hit that ball back the other side of the field.
It's a little low. 2 balls, 1 strike.
You know, if you're filling up the strike zone, you may get that pitch. But this guy's been a little sporadic since he's come in. And doesn't get the umpire to agree with him on that one.
And that one's just a little high.
That one's up a little bit.
I agree with you, Coach Brill. Just one of those things where if he's a little bit closer to the zone, he might get 1 or 2 of those calls. 3 balls, 1 strike to the sophomore Blankenship, the DH. There's a strike. Yeah, full count.
It's been a lot of off speed.
It sure has. See if the Mounties can get the leadoff batter on again this inning. And it's outside, and they do. 3rd inning in a row, they get the leadoff batter on base. Andrew Blankenship draws the walk. And looks like Coach Nelson's going to bring in a pinch runner for Blankenship.
Pinch runner number 15, Miller Bohannon.
Miller Bohannon again for pitch running. And for Blankenship. Blankenship did a really good job of that at bat, just finding a way to get on base with all those off speeds.
Which brings up Hudson Hennigan at the plate now.
Senior 3rd baseman Hudson Hennigan. I visited with him a little bit earlier today and about what he's going to do next year. He's going to go Grand Valley State in Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah. And not to play baseball, just to be a student. And they do have a good baseball program out there.
Does he have family out there?
No, all his family's here that I know of.
Yeah, these seniors don't realize, but, you know, they've got about 12 more weeks of hanging out with their high school buddies. And
yeah.
They'll close this chapter of their life, and they'll move on to the next phase.
Yeah. You know, he enjoys golfing and fishing and traveling and stuff, it says here. And, you know, everybody's got all their friends, and kind of his life is going to change for them in the next 3 to 4 months.
But if they've listened to Coach Melson and this Coach Bunch and Coach Taylor and these guys on this baseball staff, if they've listened to them and they've learned some things from them, wherever they end up, they're going to be successful, because not only are these guys teaching these guys baseball, but you know that they're teaching them things that they can take, that they can apply in the rest of their lives as well.
No doubt. So well coached with Coach Melson, Coach Joey Taylor, and Coach Bunch. Another foul ball. And not only do they coach these guys well, but they have the mini Mountie program, the 14U, the 13U, the 12U. They do such a good job there. But also, I want to shout out to David Barry, who does a great job of coaching those 13U group, and Pender, who helps with the program here. Needs another coach that helps with that program as well. They do such a good job of instilling some of the things they want to know when they get to the high school at the 13U and the 14U level, 7th and 8th grade level, so that when they get here, it's so much easier. The transition's so much easier.
Yeah, the lingo's the same.
Mm-hmm. The way they steal bases, how the UCLA. On the base pass, and how to read the pitcher. The ball handed at first base. He's going. Ground ball to the left side. Shortstop catches it, fields it, sails over the head. Bohannon advances to third base. Hudson Hennigan gets a single up in the 5-6 hole there. Shortstop made a nice backhanded play, but just couldn't make the throw.
A lot of times when you make that play, you feel like you got to come up and you got to throw it as hard as you possibly can, which is probably right. But as you mature throughout your baseball career, you'll realize I can throw that same ball as hard as I possibly can and get a long hop or skip that thing across. Trust my first baseman to pick it, and you have a chance to get him out. The overthrow is the ball has never been caught.
That's true. No doubt, especially when you have an all-turf field. Everything's turf. You just one hop the first baseman, and he'll probably get it. Bryson McIntosh, the left fielder at bat. Had a hard hit ball out to center field last at bat. Bryson was one of the faster kids on the team as well. Runners at first and third. Ball is lifted up in the air. It looks like it's going to be out of play. If the wind doesn't pull it back. It does. Hits the roof. Nobody out. Runners at first and third. 2 strikes to Bryson McIntosh.
If you're the Mounties, you definitely want to cash in another run or two. You've got Jake Taylor on the mound, but every run puts even more pressure on Har-Ber.
Mm-hmm. It would be nice to get a couple insurance runs here, Coach. And so once you feel like you're up maybe 5 runs with Jake Taylor on the mound, you're in a real comfortable spot.
Oh, yeah.
And you make him comfortable, too. That is 1-2 to Bryson. Low back throw. Trying to catch Hudson off the base, and
I've been really impressed with this catcher. He's done a good job back here.
Chola, yeah. Now that we're getting,
that's right, Chola.
Pardon us, Mr. and Mrs. Chola, but we got the name correctly now. Yeah, he's quick as a cat. Counts 2-2. Oh, good defensive swing there.
All right, so right now that ball should probably be checked by that umpire. It just bounced off of a hard surface. Mm-hmm. But they went ahead and throw it back in play.
That's right.
That's next level.
Yeah.
The ball gets fouled off. That ball's not going back in until they check it.
Still counts 2-2. Oh, rips to left field. That is down. It's going to score a run. Hudson Hennigan rounding second. He's going to stay at second. Bryson McIntosh with a 2-strike, 2-ball base hit to left field and just absolutely ripped it. Scoring another run. Gets the RBI single.
I'm glad that baseball stayed out there that time.
That's right. Nobody out for the pitcher, Jake Taylor. Runners at first and second. Hennigan at second. Speedy McIntosh at first.
He's got a little Creed as his walk-up.
I like that, yeah.
I bet that song was released before he was born.
No doubt.
Speaking of Creed, I believe they're coming to the AMP this summer.
They are.
Just speaking of the AMP, Rogers, if I'm moving to Northwest Arkansas, I would want to move to this community.
Yes. Oh, turns the bunt, gets that bunt down.
Oh, it's tough.
Runners
good
advance.
Spot.
Does get the runners to advance from first to second all the way to second and third. 1 out in the inning. What a good sacrifice bunt by the pitcher. Did his job.
And then rolled it over to the top of the lineup with your senior center fielder. Give him a chance to cash in 2 more runs. Give you a little bit more insurance. Yeah, but going back to this community, we've got unreal facilities. You know, baseball's doing well. You know,
We need to talk about football here in a minute.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
time. Caleb Champion's the batter here. Yeah, and also the basketball facility as well. It seats 2,200. Looks like they're going to
that's right.
walk them. Yeah, they're going to intentionally walk to load the bases, maybe get a double play.
That's right. They've proven that they can do it. They've done it twice to get out of the innings tonight.
To end the innings, yes.
That's right.
That brings
Now-
Jacob Watson to bat.
Well, let's cash all three of these guys in base in, make them pay for that.
Big spot to maybe open this game up here with one out for Jacob Watson and bases loaded. Joel is talking to his pitcher, said, you know, let's back off. Let's maybe change the signs. One out, bases loaded. Jacob Watson, the second baseman's up to bat. Ooh. Nice off-speed curveball there by the pitcher.
Yeah, that pitch looked like it had Watson fooled just a little bit, but that's the first time he's seen that. Now that he's seen that, maybe that'll give him a chance to attack it a little bit better.
Oh, hits it right to the pitcher. He's going to come home with it. Gets out at home, turns to throw the second. No, gets a one out. Nobody scores. I thought he might turn and try to get the double play, but decided to just get the out at home and the force out. And nobody scores.
That's safe right there for Har-Ber. You're for sure got the first one at home, so no runs have scored. Now you can try to get out of the inning and throw it down to the first base, but if it didn't feel right and feel good and you missed that thing, now you know a couple runs score, another guy's on third. It's a pretty mature play by the catcher.
Yeah.
But now our 3-hole up is up, Zach Lawing. So I'm not about to pull Coach Regan's headset off. I'm not used to these cords on our headsets.
Yeah, used to. Two outs. Bases still loaded with Mounties. McIntosh at third. Champion at second. Watson at third. Ball in the dirt. Chola did a good job of keeping that in front of him.
This at-bat is vital for this game. If right here Zach Lawing can come up with a hit or find a way on base, we're scoring runs. And if we don't and Har-Ber gets out of it, they're thinking, hey, we got out of that mess with only one run. We're still only down 4 with 3 to go. They feel like they're still in the mix.
Ball's in the dirt again. It's going to be 2 balls and 1 strike. Chola did a nice job of keeping that in front of him once again.
What I'm saying is this at-bat, maybe one of the biggest at-bats of this game thus far.
I agree. Especially for the Har-Ber Wildcats. You know, they're
Stop the bleeding. That's right.
Yeah,
Try to give them a chance to go get some momentum in the top half of the 5th, or we can bust it open.
Ooh, that's called a strike.
Yeah.
Slow curveball, just caught the inside.
You gotta be careful because if you hang those too much, one of those may get banged here in a second.
No doubt. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. See if Zach can put something in play here. Ball's low, 3-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. They're going to be running.
You don't see it very often, a pickoff on the 3-2 count right here, but with the lefty, there's a chance he could
Back
do
pick.
That's right, because everybody's going to leave, taking off on 3-2, because runners should be rolling here.
It is a smart play to do a back pick here, but doesn't look like Har-Ber has it on. 3-2. He hits his smokes
there
up
we
the
go.
middle.
That's 2 runs.
It's going to be 2 runs. McIntosh scores. Champion scores. Watson to third base. Ball gets away from him a little bit. Zach Long with a single that scores 2 and advances Watson to third base. That's a big hit.
That is a huge hit, but we talk about these coaches and how phenomenal of a job they do. Right now, Coach Taylor is talking to Zach Lawing about what just unfolded. He said, hey, great job on the hit. And then he's talking about, hey, make sure you see that throw in, because that ball kicked off of our dugout over here, and he wanted Zach to be on second base. He just didn't get a good read from center field.
That's a good point. Yeah, Joey Taylor, Coach Taylor's always looking for the advantage to try to get to another base. Yeah, because if another seeing eye single here scores 2 more.
That's right.
And he's at second base.
It also forces a throw all the way to first if you have a guy on second. With a guy on first, now a ball up the middle, they can just flip it to second and still get a guy out.
Mm-hmm. Mounties up 6-0 on 8 hits. 2 outs right now. Not too bad is Reese Barriola. High on that one. Count goes to 1-1. Reese is 1 for 2 on the night. Slow curveball. Reese just went underneath it a little bit. Count is 1-2. Zach Long over there playing cat and mouse at first base. Ball's high, 2-2.
Is this the second inning for Drew, the pitcher for Har-Ber?
It is.
So he's 42 pitches. His pitch count has kind of gotten up there pretty quick in 2 innings.
The 39 pitches just misses. Drew really wanted that pitch, and so did some of the Har-Ber faithful here.
Yep.
So, yeah, he's at 41 pitches now, or 43 possibly, I think, what they have in the scorebook out there. Bases loaded, or excuse me, no. Full count, 2 outs. At least Zach Long will be running on this play.
That's true. Now you got the first baseman holding, so there may be a chance of that pick right here. Nope. To the plate.
Oh,
Ball's
ripped
ripped.
to right field. Ball's caught by the right fielder. Long is going to get to third base. Oh, what a good piece of hitting there by Reese Barriola.
Yep.
To stay back on that slow curveball and rip it to right field. And Long, with that speed and moving on the pitch, easily gets into third base.
You know, that just by battling and getting that count to full, to 3 balls, 2 strikes, what that does as a hitter is it allows you to see pitch after pitch after pitch. And we were able to see, what is that, 7 pitches right there?
At least.
Yeah, at least 7 pitches. It allows you to get your timing down. It allows you to see the off speed. It allows you to see the fastball. And right there, you got a little off speed up, and he had seen it earlier in that account, and he was able to get his front foot down and drive that ball to right field and help cash in another run.
No doubt, because that was the same pitch you saw on the first pitch that he missed.
That's right.
It was underneath it and just couldn't quite understand the speed. But
Number 3, Aiden Linson.
Aiden Linson, the catcher, up to bat. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Runners on the corners. Barrel at first and Long at third. Ball is high and outside. Man, what a great crowd here tonight too, Coach Burrell. I mean, this place is
Just outside.
packed.
You know, get some mumbling and grumbling from the Har-Ber fans, but like we were saying earlier, when you're not around the strike zone consistently, it's tough for an umpire to give you those calls.
Long lifts it to left field. The left fielder looks like he's got under it. He does have it for the third out of the inning. Good play out there in left field. 4 runs on 4 hits. 2 left on base for the Mounties. The Mounties are up 7-4. Put up another crooked number and give Jake Taylor a comfortable lead going into the top of the 5th. Coach?
That was a big inning for the Mounties. And, you know, we rewind it to, was it Zach Long at the plate when we were up 1?
Yes.
Or when he scored 1 run in that inning. We talked about how big of an at-bat that was, and he kind of busts that thing open.
Here's Long. Here it is, Coach. Go ahead. That replay.
Yeah, so we've only scored 1 run at this inning, and he does a good job of letting that ball travel deep in the strike zone and getting the barrel to it and driving that thing back through the middle, cashing in a couple runs and continue to keep pressure on him. Now we got 1st and 3rd. Now we've scored 3 runs in the inning, and the pressure's still on, and things are rolling.
And here's Barriola's hit. Runners on the corners now. So get Long on first base here. Stays back on that. See, stayed back on that back foot and just drove it back there to right field.
And we talk about it all night, just constant pressure. He first to third. You know, balls in the dirt, getting good secondary reads. Finding ways on base, taking hit by pitches. It's just Mountie baseball at its finest tonight. Clean defense, challenging hitters, throwing strikes.
Yeah, Jake Taylor is facing a minimum, 12 batters, 53 pitches, 33 strikes, struck out 7. He has a clean card right now.
Who was warming up Jake Taylor while Linson was getting his gear on?
Drayson Vogt.
Drayson Vogt. You know, it's opportunity for some of those guys to get out there and under the lights in front of all these people. I know it's just helping the pitcher get ready, but, you know, it's good practice for those guys too.
It is.
You know, we're expecting big things out of Drayson Vogt this year in football. We think he's got a chance to be a really good receiver for us this fall.
He's a tremendous athlete. He always has been. He's just been tough. He's hard-nosed. He's always in the right spot, it seems
That's right.
like.
He has got a knack for it. He started a game for us earlier in the year as a sophomore, which is huge. So he's got a little bit of experience returning too.
First pitch is right in the middle, and Drayson Vogt's also that onside kick specialist recoverer.
That's right.
What did he have, 3 or 4 last season?
Per game, it felt like.
Yeah. First pitch strike for Jake. Oh, ball is lifted out to right field. Looks like it's out of play. This is Brady Smith, the right fielder, senior. Cleanup hitter.
Yeah, Brady showed off he had a strong arm. He threw that ball from right field on a line to third.
Oh, up the middle.
Hit
Looks
it
like
hard.
Caleb Champion is right there, camped underneath it. See how Caleb Champion just never looks rushed out there.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
He
just calm,
reads
cool,
it
and collected.
so well. And Braden Sprague.
Yeah, Braden Sprague's the one that made the nice play to end that last inning. He got a good jump on that ball to left field.
Lifts this one to center. Looks like that one might drop in for the first hit of the ball game.
That's right. A little jam shot single to break up the no-no right
That
there.
sure is. Yeah, you know, Jake is probably thinking, I throw strikes. I got a big lead. Let my defense do it, and it'll be nice to preserve the no-hitter. But I know that the way Jake is thinking, like, let's just win the ball game.
That's exactly
Let's
right.
get home.
He would trade a win for a no-no every night.
Yes. Oh, turns to bunt.
So when you're up 7-0, you're thinking, all right, go ahead and bunt. You've got 9 outs to work with if you're a Har-Ber Wildcat. If you want to sacrifice one of those, go ahead and bunt. Let's take that out. Let the guy move to second, and let's roll.
Dylan Gibson is the batter. Oh, the ball gets away from Aiden Linson. Ball cut in a little bit to the inside of the batter, and Sprague advances to second base. A pass ball.
Yeah, Coach Helmkamp for Har-Ber is stepping out and asking the hitter if that ball hit him, but it skipped off the turf and knocked Aiden's glove off. So it made that second little pop sound. So it kind of sounded like it may have clipped the hitter, but.
Oh, ball is lifted to left field down the line, and that's fair. That is going to go to the corner. That's going to score a run for the Har-Ber Wildcats. Looks like the coach is going to hold him at second base as it's cut off by Lawing. That's 2 hits in a row for the Har-Ber Wildcats. Some of that could be also Jake has been controlling and masterful, but that's a long wait.
That's exactly right. I was going to mention that. You know, he cooled down there. His heart rate probably dropped. He hadn't been throwing for a little bit.
He'd been cruising. He had
That's right.
7 strikeouts, and it'd been going good.
But that's why that last inning was so big for the Mounties. You know, tacking on 4 right there, bust that thing to 7.
Yeah.
A run here or there is okay.
Yes.
It's not ideal, but it's okay. Just keep throwing strikes. Don't give them free passes.
Caleb Smith is the batter, first baseman. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Good pitch there. Caught the top half.
That's right. You know, that pitch is probably pretty close to where the Drew Crowley kid's been throwing it, but Jake's been filling up the strike zone all night, so you get that call.
It's a little high. 2-1 to the batter, Smith. Jacob Watson, kind of the second baseman, keeping that Gibson close at second base in case they want to try to pick off. Kind of jammed him. Ball is off to the right side. Looks like it's going to go out of play as Reese Barriola makes a chase there. Two balls, two strikes. 1 out. Wildcats get their first run of the game tonight. Strike 3.
Yep.
That's that same strike we saw earlier in the game that the Har-Ber Wildcats are struggling to try to catch up with.
Yeah, it brings up Rhett Richardson, the third baseman for Har-Ber.
Two outs for the Mounties. Jake checks the runner at second, and he does go back that way. The inside move.
Probably just keeping them honest right there.
Yeah, of course he doesn't have to throw with that inside move to second base. And they like that move. Mounties like that move where they crack the back leg, and it looks like he's going to go home, but then oh, there's that good outside pitch. They just can't lay off of that. Looks like it's tailing away from these right-handed hitters. Another high fastball. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jake doing a good job settling in after those hits, 2 hits in a row, and he said, man, I don't like that.
Wonder what's being discussed right here.
He said he's probably going to come with that same pitch.
That's right.
High outside pitch.
Yeah, hey, sit fastball. Sit. He hadn't thrown too many off speeds for strikes, probably what he's telling him.
Yeah. That's rare you see that.
That's right.
I don't see that very often where you call the batter over in the middle of the at-bat and the umpire.
I wonder, I'm not a rules expert anymore. I hadn't coached high school baseball in 6 years.
But the umpire just did
made a note of it.
Made a note of, like, it might be just similar to a pitcher's
yes, yeah.
visit.
May have to make it change later on if he does that too many times.
Right. 0-2's a count. Gets that same pitch. Strike 3.
Talk didn't work.
That didn't work. Now when you have a pitcher like Jake Taylor just peppering that same spot, he's doing such a fantastic job.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's disappointed in giving up a run, but just does a great job of filling up the zone and letting your defense do some work. They're kind of a fisted single to start the inning with Brady
That's right.
That's
you know, those no-nos and those perfect games, they seem to always get broken up by something goofy like that. You know, you're just like, oh, man. But at the same time now, you know, that probably was in the back of his mind. It was in the back of ours, but we weren't going to say anything. It's just baseball etiquette. But in a way, when that happens, it also takes a monkey off your back. Now you can just settle down and just play and finish this game out the right way.
Look at Coach Bunch talking to the umpire there. I'm wondering what Coach Bunch is. He's animated a little bit like there must have been some rules thing going on, and the umpire's like, I don't know what you're talking about, Coach Bunch.
Yeah.
Going to the bottom of the 5th.
You know, it's kind of nice. These spring sports are getting underway. Track's running this Wednesday. You got baseball, softball. They're rolling right now and getting started and underway. We just wrapped up all the winter sports, and, You know, we've got some swimmers that were state champions.
Oh, my goodness,
We've got
that's right.
girls wrestling that was state champions. The guys wrestling, they got better as the year went on, and they're young. They're going to be pretty good here in the next few years. Our basketball team girls basketball team made it to the playoffs. Guys basketball, they were young, but man, I went to every home game, and I'm telling you, with about 3 minutes left in the game, we were right there in every single one of them. We got a bunch of those guys returning, so it's a good time to be a Mountie and a Mountie fan.
And how about that game they won at Fayetteville?
That's right.
I mean, dominated that game. Rex Kraut went off and had a.
It's almost like you wish the season would have played out a couple more weeks because it looked like maybe we were finally hitting our stride.
I agree. Andrew Blankenship is a batter at the bottom of the 5th. Ooh, big swing. Just kind of swung underneath that slow curve ball by Crowley. Blankenship is 0 for 1 today, but hit by pitch and a walk.
667 on-base percentage for the night.
Pretty good.
That's right. I like this angle right here. You can see the guy on deck. He's getting – I just went off of it, but he's getting his timing.
No doubt. Hudson Hennigan over there in the on-deck
Oh, yeah,
circle.
they're right back at it. So get a few warm-up cuts in, and then I bet he sits right there and tries to time up the pitcher, so when he's in there, he's feeling pretty good.
Count is 0-2 to Blankenship. He's fouled off a couple. Slow curveball. He lifts it way in the air. Looks like the right fielder is underneath it. He does come down with it. And one out in the inning.
Third baseman, number 6, Hudson.
Now, I look at our facilities, and I'm sure that there's reason why the lights are the way they are, but when I look, it looks like the lights are shining down on the field.
Yes.
You know, those balls that get hit up above those lights, you probably can see it, but you lose it for just a split second on the way up and on the way back down. It just changes a little bit of a tint.
I think there's supposed to be some lights that go.
Oh, I see them now at the bottom of the light
they're
pole. Okay,
only
yeah.
about 15 feet up.
Yeah.
But they're supposed to shine up.
Okay.
So you can see those lights. But I imagine it's still a lot darker because those lights are, you know, a little farther away. But, yeah, theoretically it's supposed to have some that are shining
That's
down.
why I
and
don't
some
build baseball fields. I would have never thought about putting lights at the bottom shined up.
Yeah. Ground ball to the left side to the shortstop. Looks like fielded cleanly for Hennigan. Another pitch and an out.
My old environmental scientist teaching days, we call that wasted energy when you have that on your house, when you have the little landscape lights and it's shining up just for looks.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
wasted energy. But it's not wasted here. It's for a reason.
Bryson McIntosh, the left fielder. Up to bat. Shows bunt. Pulls back for ball 1.
I would like to know how many hits do we get after showing a bunt just to bring the corner infield in a little bit more. You know, just to be able to shoot a ball down the line or in that big gap between the shortstop and third baseman and second baseman, first baseman.
I wonder if they do have a stat on that. I bet they probably do. Once, you know, the managers look at something like that, they could probably pull it up. Count is 1-1, 2 outs in the inning. Guys had 2 up and 2 down to start the inning. First time all game that they've retired the first 2 batters of an inning. Ball's hit to left field softly. Left fielder coming in makes a good play on that. So the Mounties are no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base.
That's second inning in a row. Braden Sprague has ended the inning by just having a good jump on the ball and just reading it off the bat really well. All right, so if you're Har-Ber, you've got 6 outs to work with, and you're down 6. The most important thing to do is you need to get the leadoff guy on. You got to try to find a way. So you're looking for a pitch you can drive. You want to make sure that you're making Jake Taylor throw strikes. And if you're the Mounties, you're thinking the opposite. Hey, we got 6 outs. We're up 6. Attack them. Play good defense. Let's get this thing to the 7th, and let's go win a ball game.
Yeah, I'm excited for Jake Taylor. He's done this a number of times last year. I don't have how many complete games he did.
Calm, cool, and collected as he struts out there.
Yeah, let me see if I have that here. he and Ty Anderson, who will pitch tomorrow night, are leading in all of RHS Mountie records, team records from all the way back when Mounties were founded in ERA, and it happened last year for both of them. So with 52 innings and with a minimum of 45 innings, both pitched 52 innings, and they are the leaders in ERA for the Rogers Mounties. So that's bodes well for this season coming up when you have them both coming back.
Oh yeah. You got a chance to win a lot of ball games if you have good pitching. The number 3 on that list.
Matthew Watson.
Is that Jacob Watson's brother?
It's not.
It is not.
It's
Okay.
a different Watson.
Just trying to learn some Rogers baseball history here.
Jackson Wells is pitching.
That's
at
right.
UALR.
He was in the state championship game in 2021.
Yeah, and he's at UALR and had one of the lowest ERAs in the nation last year in Division I baseball. I mean, he was leading for a while. So he's doing a great job at UALR.
Hitting for the Wildcats, number 22, Kelly Thompson.
But Jackson Wells has the most strikeouts in a career. Here goes Jake Taylor. Oh, comes inside on there.
Pitch hitting for the DH, number 22,
Kelly Thompson.
Kelly Thompson, senior.
Count is 2-0. 2 balls to start the inning for Jake. Gets that pitch, and I think that looks a little high because Aiden Linson is more of a crouch. He's a little lower to start, so when he reaches up at his face mask, it looks higher. See how low he gets? Oh, that's a strike.
That's right.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Not every seat is full here tonight, but it is pretty packed tonight for a first week of March game. Now, Har-Ber's only 8.6 miles from here, so it's not too far of a trip for these Wildcat fans.
Yeah, I almost went down and tried to see the first couple innings of the freshman game tonight at Har-Ber. He walks someone, gets the leadoff batter on. But, Northwest Arkansas anymore, it just is, the traffic has just gotten outrageous.
That's right. You get on the you get on 540. 540. That's I'm showing how old I am. I-49 at the wrong time of the day, you'll be sitting there for a little while.
Yeah, and the exits are just packed. And Kelly Thompson gets a leadoff walk. Up now, Chola, the catcher. Jake has a fantastic move over that way to first base.
Yeah, with the 2-man crew, that pick off to first, as a lefty, you have such an advantage. It's hard for umpires to be able to tell, did he go to the plate or did he go towards first?
Yeah, and
when
you don't have an umpire over there. The Bentonville coach, they were livid last time he played over here. Looks like Coach Bunch is going to call timeout, go visit with Jake.
It's a good coaching move right here. Just go out there, kind of settle them down a little bit. Hey, you got a 6-run lead. Just throw strikes, stay ahead, let your defense work, go win a game. But now that we got a break, I give my kids a shout out. My wife just said, hey, we're listening. So my 6-year-old, Baker, he just turned 6 on Friday. He's at home. They wanted to come to the baseball game, but I told them that they couldn't come tonight. But Baker and Banks and Jetty Joe are at home watching. They're big Mountie fans as well. They're normally in the stands running around, but tonight they had to stay home with Mom.
We need to get a playground out here somewhere, just like they have at Kansas City.
Yeah,
that's right. Kids zone.
That's right. I have to be careful because some of our high school football players may be on that too.
That's right.
Our football players want us to build a deck out there in left field.
We need to.
And then that way,
some bleachers or something.
That's right. They want to be able to tailgate out there and get a grill going, and I think it'd be a good little atmosphere.
We also need to visit about the the football schedule this year when we get a moment, maybe between these innings here, between the top and the bottom of the 6th inning, about what the schedule looks like for the football team this year.
It's a good talk by Coach Bunch.
Yes.
First pitch strike. Let's see if he challenges with fastballs the rest of the way. That was fastball.
Runner at first base is another strike.
Yep.
And this is a tough out here. I mean, this is one of their best hitters, best players, Chola.
Yeah, back to the top of the lineup.
At the top of the lineup, he's battled Jake hard all night long.
Yeah, we want to try to keep as few guys on base as possible for the middle of their lineup. That's how you get back in the game. You get some guys on base with the middle of your lineup coming up.
One ball, 2 strikes to Chola.
We're also 1 pitch away from being 2 outs in the 6th.
Oh, got through.
That's okay.
Oh.
4, 6, 3. Oh. It was almost right on cue.
It was almost on cue. A good call by Coach Brill there. Good play. Good turn there by Long. A little bit awkward because the ball was so close to second base, and I thought he might have grabbed it.
Yeah, well, I think it ricocheted off of the glove off of Jake,
Yeah,
and it slowed it down just enough. You know, if he doesn't, you don't want to tell him don't get your glove on it.
Right.
But if that ball gets through a little bit cleaner, you know, we probably get that ball a little faster, and we may be able to get that turned. That's all right. Now we're 1 pitch away from being out of the inning. All right, number 1, Luke Altum is up, second baseman.
Looks like there's going to be a pinch runner in for Chola. Or no, that's Chola still out there. He just put his gloves in the dugout. Saw somebody coming out of the dugout. Oh, it's lifted to left field.
That's all right at him.
McIntosh is underneath it and easily catches it, throws it in for the second out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out to that batter.
Shortstop number 11, Luke Corneliuson.
Corneliuson, the shortstop, is up. He's 0 for 2 today with 1 strikeout. And Jake does seem to have bared down a little bit ever since Coach Bunch came out and talked to him, Coach Brill. Every now and then, Coach Bunch has such a good way about him and the way of talking to the kids, and he's such a good teacher and educator. He teaches PE at Westside Elementary and has done it for, 15 years. So if you can teach and talk to elementary kids
That's right.
and get your point across and get them wrangled up and do what you want to do, then you can teach and coach anything.
That's right. Over-communicate.
Yes.
And you probably have an unreal amount of patience.
He does a good job and,
I taught elementary PE for 1 semester, and it was the most tired I've ever been in my life. Can you tie my shoes?
That's right. 2 outs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball just outside. To Corneliuson, the shortstop. 2 balls, 1 strike. They did put in a pinch runner, Breiniger, the pinch runner for Chola at first base. Here comes a pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop, charging
Better go
Zach
1.
Long.
Yep, that's right.
Couldn't get him out of his glove. He's out. Yeah. He had trouble finding it out of his glove, but got the out anyway, so no hits, no errors with 1 walk. Going to the bottom of the 6th, Mounties are up 7-1. Well, we got a moment here. Let's talk a little bit of football. How does the, you've changed the schedule as far as the non-conference games. We've been doing Bishop Kelly, Little Rock, Southwest, and Farmington. Now, they're off the schedule now, though. What are the non-conference games this year?
That's correct, yeah. So that cycle is over, and this year we're actually going to open up with North Little Rock at North Little Rock. And we played them in the first round of the playoffs this last year. So we'll go down there, play a little 7A Central team, our team from the 7A Central, which we feel like is a really good matchup for us to start the game or start the season. Then right after that, we're going to play Muskogee, who just won a state championship in Oklahoma.
Holy cow.
So those guys will come over here, and we'll play them for our second game. And then the third game on our season will be Sheridan. We're going to travel back down to the central part of the state and play Sheridan down in Sheridan as of right now. So that's kind of how the non-con goes. And then it just so happens that Southside dropped down this cycle to 6A, so we've switched Southside for Northside out of Fort Smith. So our 4th game of the year, who we open up conference with this year, is Northside. So our first 4 games will be all new teams.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And then we're back into normal conference. So then it'll be Fayetteville, followed by West, and then Springdale, then Bentonville, then Har-Ber, and then Heritage.
Okay. Up to bat is Jake Taylor, the pitcher. Had a great night on the mound.
Which is a sign he's coming in to finish it in the 7th.
That's right. Yeah, why would you not pinch hit him here unless he's going to finish the game off? Crowley is still the pitcher for the Har-Ber Wildcats. This might be one catcher's equipment deal.
You know, it's nice to see, though, that they're feeding signals in now by the earpiece.
Yeah.
Because it won't be too long until in high school football and college football they can start doing the same thing. Just put it
into the quarterback's
That's right. You know, especially in college, you look at this past year, you know, the scandals of sign stealing and all that.
Yes.
You know, you put an earpiece in the helmet, and that changes things.
All right, bottom of the 6th. Mounties up 7-1. Jake Taylor fists it to the left side. Just foul. It was almost a seeing eye double down the line.
Yeah. Those are the ones when you hit it and you get on base, you're grinning ear to ear because you know, hey, I got away with one right there.
No doubt. Oh, turns on this one here. Got one he really liked, just turned on it.
Here comes the courtesy.
Yeah, we're going to have a courtesy runner in for him.
Center fielder number 2.
Well, it's Drayson Volk.
Champion.
Yeah, Drayson Volk will be the courtesy runner for the pitcher, Jake Taylor, who's done a fantastic job. Gets the leadoff batter on base.
Courtesy runner number 1, Vogt. Drayson Vogt.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Mounties.
What do you think Caleb Champion does here? Is he going to try to lay another one down? Or
I don't know. He's got lefty-on-lefty matchup.
Drayson
That's
Volk
a
goes
good-
on the first pitch.
it's a good
the
take.
ball sails to the center field. Find it.
Oh,
He's going
man.
to try to make another one. He got there
good job.
just in time. Boy,
Yeah,
Coach Melson is
Coach
reading.
Melson's smoking him a little bit.
Yeah.
Rightly so, because that ball went straight to the center fielder.
He's got it when he slides in. He needs to be finding that ball first rather than turning and looking at Coach.
Yeah.
You got to, if you see it in center field, then get up and go, and you make that decision.
Regardless, we got a guy on third, no outs
That's
now.
it. Yeah, did a great job.
So
Great
now-
jump there, didn't he?
Now Champion gets a chance to kind of show off what he can do, see if he's got a little power.
Slow curveball just outside or low. 2 balls, no strikes. Yeah, I think Champion is looking forward to swinging the bat hard here rather than, laying one down because he can lay into it. And look at this frame. He can put another 30 pounds on that frame, Gee whiz. 3 balls, no strikes.
What's his plans this next year?
SEMO?
SEMO?
It's Southeast
Okay, yeah,
Missouri.
Southeast Missouri.
Or in Cape Girardeau, I think
Oh,
it is.
yeah.
Is that right?
That's awesome. Yeah, they'll get him, and he'll just naturally fill out a little bit, and he'll end up being a big, strong kid. Mm-hmm. He can run already.
Yeah.
He can fly.
Got a younger sister, Emery. A volleyball player, very good volleyball player. Oh, gets hit by the pitch. On ball 4.
I know,
He could have gotten out of the way, but
He's going to get to first base and be
But-
like,
but-
man, I could have avoided that bruise.
yeah.
Could've just
Well,
jumped.
he's going to get a gold star when he gets into the dugout from Coach Melson.
Oh, yeah. That's more important than avoiding a bruise, I guess.
Yeah.
And more importantly, we got some more speed on the bases.
Jacob Watson up. It'll be his 4th at bat. He is 1 for 1 tonight with a run scored. Slow curveball in for a strike.
I'm kind of surprised Har-Ber's not playing infield in, because you got 1 inning to score 6 runs. Even if you turn a double play right here, now it's 7 runs.
Checks the runner at first base.
Unless they see the writing on the wall and they're okay with it.
Yeah, they might be just waiting for tomorrow night when they go home. Ball's in the dirt.
Now,
Kent
I'm
Watson.
kind of curious to see if the Felder older brother, is it Ross Felder?
Yes.
Ends up playing tomorrow, because he's not even in the lineup tonight, and he's a pretty good shortstop and
hitter.
hitter, you
Yeah,
know. So
I mean, if he's not pitching, I'm not sure why he's not in the lineup.
I hope everything's okay for him.
Yeah.
And you don't want anybody especially he's a senior. You don't want anybody to miss any of their senior year and be able to enjoy that and play.
Yeah.
And I like trying to beat teams with their best.
No doubt. Yeah, and he was a pivotal part of that state championship run last year down in Cabot. He made some great plays and came in and as a pitcher and really did a fantastic job for him. Jake Watson with a hard hit ball down the left field line. Gets underneath it.
Oh, yeah, make a play.
Throw. Going to send Caleb Champion, and he's in there for safe at home.
He can run.
Jacob Watson with the single to the left side, and Coach Melson sends Champion all the way home from second base. 2 more runs in for the Mounties.
We talk about coaching all the time. When we get a chance, we'll get that replay back up. But you see the guy that's on deck. As soon as that ball was hit, the guy on deck took off running, and he ends up behind the plate. Oh, we're going to have some time right here.
Yeah. Oh, here's the replay, Coach.
All right, awesome. Yep, so here we go. So you see.
We got to rewind a little bit further. There we go.
All right, so as soon as this ball is hit, you see number 11, Zach Lawing, running as fast as he can from the on-deck circle back here behind the plate.
He, in a sense, is now the new base coach.
That's exactly right. So, all right, the guy on third scores. Zach Lawing's coming over here. He's the one that can see where this ball's at, and he's telling him to get down, get down, get down with his right hand, which is telling him he needs to slide on the inside part of the plate because that ball is thrown to the left. See, that catcher's having to slide over to the left. He's telling him to get down on the inside on the right.
Because he's reading the ball.
That's right.
Down,
so now
up the line.
It gives him a chance to slide on the correct side of the plate. Those are little things that people that probably just enjoy watching baseball, but they don't know and see all those little nuances. That's the difference between being safe and being out at the plate.
Yeah, and that's just coaching and culture and just. And normally you do see it a lot. Sometimes we take it for granted watching the Rogers Mounties, but it's not everybody does it.
That's correct.
They'll do it mainly at this level, a high school level,
or they'll have a guy there to say get down, get down, get down. Mm-hmm. But then you go one step further and you tell them what side of the plate to slide on. And that's the difference between it being an easy tag for the catcher or the catcher catching it and then having to dive and try to tag a guy that's sliding away from you.
That's right.
What's April doing tonight?
She's down at the freshman game down at Har-Ber. Yep.
Man, you got a good one. Every time I go to a game, I see her there.
Oh, yeah. She's volunteer of the year, it seems like, for Rogers High School.
I would have to say she's probably the second best wife there is. if I didn't say my wife was the best, I'd probably get in trouble. So I better give her a shout-out as well.
She does a lot.
Yeah, George's at home right now putting 3 kids to bed while I'm here hanging out with you.
Ball's high to Zach Lawing. Jacob Watson at second base. Zach Lawing at bat. No outs for the Mounties. They have 2 runs already in this inning, leading 9-1 on 11 hits. Oh, ground ball to the right side to the second baseman. Gets it on the third hop. Gets out at first base. Watson advances to third base. First out of the inning.
You're looking as a spectator saying, oh, man, he hit a ground ball at second base and he got out. But he also moved the guy from second to third, and there's only 1 out. So now a fly ball to the outfield gives you an opportunity for a sac fly and another run.
That's right. Elliott is the new pitcher in for the Wildcats. Aiden Elliott, senior right-handed pitcher. Hard throwing. Reese Barriola is the batter.
Took a hack right there at that one.
He sure did.
He's trying to drive one in the outfield.
Reese is 2 for 3 today with an RBI. Lawing had 3 RBIs today. Slow curveball, lifts it to center field, and that's just what you talked about, Coach. Got the run to the third base. Barriola lifts it to center field, and Jacob Watson easily in for an RBI fly ball for Barriola. Watson comes in to score, makes the score 10-1 Mounties.
We talk about like big innings or scoring a lot of runs. We've put up 10 tonight. but it's been like a quiet 10. It's not like we hadn't hit any home runs. We hadn't hit wall bangers or anything. It's just been, hey, fundamental baseball. Get a guy on, steal second.
Bunt him over.
Yeah, bunt him over. Hit it to the right side, get him over. Sack fly.
Then you get a seeing eye single or something that drops in that you get a lucky break, and next thing you know, you score 2. Yeah, you're exactly right. It's just Mounties are just putting the ball in play and forcing them to get them out. Ball's lifted to right field. Look, it's going to go out of play. And Linton is 1 for 3 tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Curveball misses outside.
It's a good 1-2 pitch. Curve down in the way, try and chase. Nothing over the meat of the plate. It's a good job by Aiden laying off of it.
Count goes to full. See if they can get back on base again for the Mounties. Oh, that's strike 3, but it's drops 3rd strike. Chola throws to first base and does get Linson out for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Mounties do get a couple more runs that inning. 3 runs on 2 hits. We'll go to the top of the 7th inning. Mounties up 10-1.
Ty Robinson was on deck right there. He was wanting to get up on the to the plate.
Ty.
So, I know. He's a fun kid to be around.
Oh, he is. He spent some time at my house. He's a lot of fun, and the Robinson household is they entertain the seniors a lot at the Robinson household. They all have a lot of fun over there. Ty is going to play. I mean, this is how competitive the Mounties are. You know, Ty hasn't even had a bat tonight, but he's going to Carl Albert State College next year to play baseball.
Oh, yeah, down in Poto, I believe.
Yeah. He's a big fisherman as well. Yeah, the Mounties have had a good run with state championships the fall with girls cross country, boys golf.
Oh, yeah.
Where there's a number of, and now somebody was telling me that as far as the number of state championships they've won this year, it rivals as one of the best in the 6A, 7A conference.
Oh, yeah.
As far as the amount of state championships. I don't know if they keep track of that. I know that they have some sort of thing they keep track of in the NCAA, like what schools have the most national championships. But it's
well, there's still some promise because I know softball's has some talent this season. Baseball's got talent.
That softball game they won last week against Bentonville, I didn't highlight it enough because I didn't get the information until the game was almost over. But to beat Bentonville, oh my goodness, that is such a huge win for the new coach. She's doing a fantastic job with that softball program.
Oh, yeah.
We're at top of the 7th. Jake Taylor still in the game. That's his 83rd pitch of the ball game. Oh, just outside there.
You know, as the clock's about to tick 8 p.m. tonight, these guys are out here enjoying it, playing baseball, but they're going to have to hurry home tonight. It's ball 3 up high. They're going to have to hurry home tonight, get a good dinner. And a lot of these guys are Atlas testing tomorrow morning.
Oh, my
quick
goodness.
turnaround. You know, we sometimes forget about all the student part.
Right.
But these guys are student athletes, and that definitely comes first. And I know in our football program and the baseball program and probably all of our programs, we put a big emphasis on making sure you take care of your classwork and you stay on top of those things, or you don't get to enjoy the benefits of this.
And after this game, there's a 5-inning JV game. So it's not like they pack up and go
that's
home.
right.
They're here for another hour at least, and then in some of those games that when you have to go to Northside to play.
Oh yeah.
On a Monday night or Tuesday night, and if that's a long Monday night, and to start your week off, you're at this school at 7:00 in the morning or earlier, it's hard to maintain your mental focus as a high school baseball player when it starts to get later and later in the evening.
Oh yeah.
And later in the season as well. It's not like you have you play U-Trip baseball when you're 14 or 15 or summer ball. You can sleep in that morning or whatever. You play at 10:00 on a Saturday morning or whatever. You can play a late game, but you don't have to get up early in the morning the next day.
And these guys are fried from school.
Yeah.
They should be because they're paying attention and doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Well, if I look at these grade point averages, if I average them out, it'd be about a 3.8 just to, for this baseball team.
Aiden Linson just want to run out here, talk to Jake, tell him, hey, you're fine. Yeah. Just fill it up, let the defense work.
Strike right there. That's one thing that Jake, Keller Christenberry, who was a catcher last year, Jake will tell you that he had a phenomenal freshman year, but he'll give a lot of credit to Keller, who was here last year. That's foul ball.
And we talked about these juniors and senior lineups that are real heavy. What that means is your freshmen and sophomores are having an opportunity to learn from these juniors and seniors. So I'm sure Aiden Linson was listening to some of these conversations and able to learn from Christenberry so he can replicate and duplicate some of that stuff.
Runner goes, foul straight back again.
Because it's important to make sure that you have that chemistry, and just like that quick conversation he's had has helped Jake kind of get back at this guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're having to play freshmen and sophomores in positions like that, they miss that opportunity to learn. Mm-hmm. They're having to learn through experience, and sometimes it's okay to learn from others and absorb and develop. And then when your time has come, then you get to go out there and.
Yeah, that's why I like the freshmen playing tonight. They're out there getting experience over at Har-Ber, and then they'll get some more experience again tomorrow night here. So it's but. These JV players, they'll get a lot of experience. Sorry, Coach.
You're fine.
3-2, full count. Fouled off again.
I'm feeling a 6-4-3 double play this pitch.
There you go. This is Lanning. The batter is Lanning. There's the pitch, full count, a little bit low. That runs at first and second. Only the second time tonight that the Har-Ber Wildcats had advanced the runner to the second base. And Coach Nelson's going to come out most likely.
All right, Aiden's head of the dugout, so I'm sure he's about to change.
Looks like they got the hard-throwing right-hander Joseph Canzaneri coming into the ball game. What a great pitching performance by Jake Taylor. 2 hits, 1 run in on the evening. 96 pitches, 58 strikes, 9 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Just a fantastic evening by Jake.
A stat that a lot of pitching coaches look at is the whip and the walks plus hits per inning pitch. And if you look at that, you want to be under 1. And he gave up 2 hits and 2 walks. That's 4 and 6 innings. That's well under 1. What is that? 0.75 somewhere there. I don't have a calculator, but 0.67, I think.
There you go. Oh.
Yeah, I ran it on my calculator. It is 0.67.
Oh, they're going to go with Aiden Linson. I thought they were going to bring in Canzaneri from the bullpen. They just said Linson, who's the catcher, he's a hard thrower in his own right, is going to come in to pitch, and Drayson Volk is going to be your catcher.
Now look around the stands. Tonight we've had quite a bit of some Rogers administration here, and I see other teachers that are here. You got the Barkers, and they teach at Elmwood, and then Molly Davis, principal at Elmwood. Dr. Perry was here for a little bit, and Ronnie Delk, the AD.
Well, earlier at the junior college game that was here, you had Coach Hookfin was here.
Okay.
And so was Lisa Williams was here as well. Lisa Williams, and so we had a lot of administration just here. It was a great afternoon for baseball. The concession stand was open, hot dogs, popcorn. It was, and once I think some of these junior college teams, like going, hey, you're in Missouri, I'm in Oklahoma. Let's just meet at Rogers High School for a Tuesday game.
And what a awesome opportunity for our community. So now, what's happened? These kids have been exposed to our facilities.
Yes.
Well, eventually they may want to say, hey, well, they're going to graduate. They're going to say, I need a job. Hey, that Rogers area was extremely nice. I would like to raise a family there.
Yeah.
And they may say, hey, I may find a job in Northwest Arkansas just because they played a game here at a neutral site game.
That's right.
At least I'm optimistic like that, because then maybe it brings some more. That's exactly right.
Aiden Linson, number 3, pitcher. He came from the catcher spot. Bats 5th.
Sometimes that's tough to do, going from catcher to pitcher, because you've been squatting over and over and over. Your legs are dead.
Strike. Looks like he took something off that one.
But you also, the benefit though, is you've had a conversation with that umpire all game. So hopefully you were nice. So maybe you can get some of those close calls this late in the game.
You at least know his strike zone.
That's right.
Another curveball.
Yep.
2 off-speed pitches to start the inning.
All right. Now fastball up out of the zone. See if you can get him to chase.
That's right.
Get that guy's eye levels changed. He's seen 2 of them up that drop down in the strike zone.
This is Stacy is the batter for Har-Ber.
Fastball
That's
up.
exactly what you called right there.
Now you're probably going to come back with a curveball in the dirt.
This is Brent Stacy. I think this is his first at-bat of the game. Yes, it is. He's in for the center fielder Gibson, pinch hitting for him. Now the curveball. Hit off the stanchion and comes right back into almost the field of play. That's the ball you need to check. There's some sharp edges up in that part of the field. Linson is ahead of the batter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No outs. Top of the 7th. Runners at first and second. Fastball.
Yeah. There you go. 2 outs away.
That one just looked easy. Effortless little fastball.
Now batting for Har-Ber, number 9, Davis Dyer.
In addition to all the teachers that we mentioned earlier, Kathy Rowland and Michael Spencer.
Ileana Davis.
Yep. Lisa Lauschke, Lee Ellen Jones. They were all here tonight too. They may still be here.
Yeah.
And Margaret McClure is also. She's also at home listening to the game right now as well.
Aiden Linson starts a batter off with the strike. This is Dyer. It's like another pinch hitter for the first baseman, Smith. He looks like he's smooth fastball there.
Be nice to roll one up to end this game. We hadn't turned a double play tonight, have we?
No, we haven't. Well, I hadn't had the opportunity with
That's
Jake.
right, a lot of strikeouts. Yeah.
A pitcher that effective. Linson's way ahead on the batter. 2 strikes. Struck him out on 3 straight pitches. Just raised it up a little bit. Went up the ladder a little bit on that last one.
Third baseman, number 32, Zach Brenniger.
Zach Brenniger pitch hitting for Har-Ber.
Linson starts him out with a strike.
You know, sometimes in these ball games, you think, okay, there's been a bunch of pitch hitters, but these are opportunities too for these kids.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are seniors too.
That's right, but they're having an opportunity to try to come up with a hit,
Curveball, strike.
try to get in the lineup in the next game or in a week down the road, because, you know, not very often does a team start the season with the same 9 that they finish it with. That lineup changes.
Well, and I talked to somebody who's at Har-Ber, said they're trying to find their lineup and trying to find some things out. And, you know, Har-Ber is going to be fine. They're a really talented team. So late in the year and come strike 3. That's going to end the ball game. Aiden Linson comes in and strikes out the side. The Mounties are going to go to 5-0, 3-0 in conference play as they take care of the Har-Ber Wildcats 10-1 in a really well-pitched game by Jake Taylor, and finished it off with Aiden Linson. And the Mounties are going to stay a tie at least in first place for the in the conference, 6A West.
Which kind of goes back to what you were talking about, how important these games are early, and how Har-Ber's still trying to figure things out. They're important early, but you want to be playing your best baseball at the end of the year.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
The reason these are important is in this conference, you want to be one of the top 2 seeds so you can get that first-round bye.
No doubt.
You get that first-round bye. Now you've got the quarterfinals game and the semifinals game. Now you can throw your number 1 and number 2 pitcher, get a week off, and then play in the state championship game, and you got both of those guys ready to roll.
That's right.
Now, if you're a 3, 4, 5, or 6 seed, but you're playing your best baseball, you still have a chance. You just have to play that extra game, and now you're going to have to throw your 3rd best pitcher in one of those 3 games to get to the state championship.
That's right.
So that's why it's a big game. But like we said, Har-Ber's got a really good ball club, and they're well coached. They're going to be a problem for somebody, and we still got to play them again tomorrow.
Yes, yeah. So there's still a problem for us tomorrow.
That's exactly
we're
right.
Take care of business. But a really good job tonight by Jake Taylor and the Mounties. All around, just a good job of hitting, getting guys on base, getting that lead runner on base. I want to thank Carter Burrows on the camera work on the third base side. I want to thank Liam Lawson, the 7th grader from Elmwood, on the first base side with the camera. Zach Land, the engineer. You cannot do this without him. It gets better each time. Appreciate him. And Coach Brill, office coordinator for the high school. Appreciate you coming out and sharing your.
Anytime.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, and I feel bad I left my wife home putting the 3 kids to bed, but I don't miss. I guess all the crying and screaming, but I do miss my little kids. So. Yeah. But no, I enjoyed it, and I enjoy watching our baseball team, and I love being a Rogers Mountie.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm Dave Regan. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we'll see you next week here at the Palace.